Hey family, welcome back to my channel. If you were here last week, then you know that I covered a song that was called You Are the Living Word, and we went through a couple of chords that were considered a part of a cyclical progression, which just means we're going around the circle of fourths and fifths. Well, if you did that lesson, then you're going to be super happy about this one, because we're going to be doing another song, and we're actually going to be doing a part of the song that actually reflects some of the chords that were learned in that last tutorial. So today we're going to be doing the song Grateful by John P. Key, and not by Hezekiah Walker, although that one is phenomenal as well. Oh my goodness, I didn't even say hello. Hi! If you're new here, welcome on in, and if you're back, glad to see you. So we're going to jump right on into the song, and I think you're going to like this one. So we're in C major, with C being the 1, D being the 2, E being the 3, F being the 4, G is the 5, A is the 6, B is the 7, and then we're back to the 1 with C. Okay, so as a quick refresher of what we did in that last lesson, so essentially we were using chords that go in the circle of fourths and fifths, which looks like this here. So we've got essentially chords that are moving in a counterclockwise motion, since we're doing fourths. So you're going around the circle, and really we're just looking at the notes on the outside here. So we're not really worrying about the chords that are on the inside there. But yeah, so in C major, what we did before was we went from an E chord to an A chord, a D chord to a G chord, a C chord to an F chord, and then we took it back to the progression that we were playing, which was a nice simple 1, 4, 5 progression. So I'll show you just a snippet of what that looked like. So essentially, for the cyclical part, what we were doing was we were going to an E chord, and then to an A chord, a D chord, to a G chord, and then a C chord to an F chord before we finished up the part of the song. So if you did that, oh my goodness, you're going to be happy that you can recycle those exact same chords for other songs, like the one we're about to do right now. So in this song, the vamp of it is just this repeating line, grateful, grateful, grateful. So if you know that song, you know that this is what they're doing in that song. They're essentially doing the opposite of what we just did. So instead of coming from an E to an A, and then a D to G, C to F, we're just going to reverse it and go C to F first. Then we're going to do the D to the G, and then we're going to do the E to the A for the first part of the vamp. So let's do that nice and slowly, and then we'll kind of revise it a bit. All right, so that would go like this, and I'll sing it nice and slow and play it nice and slow. Grateful, grateful, grateful. And we'll get to that second part, the for all you've done for me. We'll get to that in just a moment. So I just want us to go through that one more time, nice and slow. Grateful. Now D to G. Grateful. Now E to A. Grateful. Now here's a really cool thing you can do in the bass. We talked a little bit about this in the previous video, but you want to kind of start thinking about how to make a smooth bass line that is a little closer together, right? Because right now, as it stands, we're going from C to F, and then D to G. So we're making all of these skips, right? E to A. But what we can do is kind of make that a little more smooth by bringing those bass notes closer together. So here's what we can do. So instead of playing the C on the bass, we can actually play the E on the bass. Why would we play the E? Well, we're going to an F chord, and that E is right next door to the F. So now we're playing this chord to the F. And the same thing applies for when we're going to this D major chord, from this D major chord to the G major chord. Well, in the D major chord, we have an F sharp that we can play in the bass. So I'm just going to change it to the F sharp because it's a part of that same chord, right? So we can play the F sharp to the G. And look at here, you know it's going to be the same for the E to the A, right? I'm playing the G sharp in the bass now instead of the E. G sharp to the A. So it sounds a little bit better and it's a little more smooth to play in the left hand. So let's put that together. Grateful, grateful, grateful. Exactly. And now we're going to do that last part of the for all you've done for me. So that's nice and simple. The melody of that is a 4 or an F. So for all you've done for me. So actually we're going to start on the C. For all you've done for me. So that's the melody. 1 4 4 1 4 3 2 1 1. Yeah. Okay. So that's going to come right after we've just done those chords over here. So the first chord that will take care of that melody note is actually going to be that A minor that we landed on. Remember when we came from the E major chord, we landed on an A minor. Okay, so it will be 4 oh. This is a 4 chord here, and we've got that F on top just to highlight the melody. Oh, so you could even do the F in the bass. Oh, you've a 1 chord here with the E on top. Of course, we're going to put that E in the bass to make it nice and smooth. All you've done. This is going to be a G major chord. Done. With what in the bass? You guessed it. D, because we're coming down from F to E to D. Done. And then that C is going to be a 1 chord. And what do you think we're going to put in that bass? That C. So let's put that part together. So it's going to go like this. For all you've done for me. Okay, so in real time, that sounds like this. For all you've done for me. And now I'm going to put those two pieces together. So let's start with this 1 chord over here. Grateful, grateful, grateful for all you've done for me. And that is how you can play that part of the song for Grateful using the same chords that we've already covered. So I hope that this is something else that kind of inspires you to practice them and to just get them into your fingers, because you can apply them to different songs, and this applies to other songs too. So it doesn't just stop with these 2 songs. So I encourage you to get in there, play around with it, learn it, have fun with it. And as always, if you're enjoying this content, definitely like the video, subscribe to the channel for sure, and I'll see you again here soon. All right, until next time, be blessed.